Okay.
Volume's low too, unless it's like lagging behind.
Hey, what's up, Vince?
Yo, what's up, everybody? The surprising thing has been how quickly the volume has tanked. So we're gonna start with that on OpenSea. We talked about it briefly the other day, but we'll start there and just with some of the projects that are actually still doing well, and then we'll get into some other stuff. Let me bring the other guys in really quickly here. Yo, what's up, guys?
Yo.
So I was just showing the volume on OpenSea. We're on the second lowest day, I think, of the month of the past 30 days.
Oh, okay.
We're at yesterday we were at 98.52 million. The second lowest day in the whole 30-day span. The previous was on the 22nd of January, where it was 87 million.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, we can feel it, and that's pretty evident in all floor prices across all projects at this point. Like I saw Apes got down to what, 92, 93, Mutants at 19.
So, something else too. For the past 2 months, we had seen a steady increase in the amount of traders we were seeing as far as individual wallets go on OpenSea. And in the past 3 days, it's almost been horizontal as far as new wallets appearing on OpenSea. So it's almost like there's just a select group of traders right now rather than fewer new guys coming in is what it looks like.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're still at 46. We're at 44,000, which I wonder how that compares. It's not one of the lowest days for the 30 days in terms of users that are making transactions. But it is on a little bit of a decline. As you can see, every indicator here is on a decline, whether it's transactions, users, and volume. So some of the projects are trying to hang in there, and some of the newer ones with Karafurus and the Cool Pets. Cool Pets actually have done really well, I would say, in comparison.
Yeah, they've held up super well.
I mean,
Considered, yeah.
I was
Agreed.
looking at Bored Apes. That was the one I wanted to highlight today because it's they fell off you say a cliff, but I mean they've gone down from a high of 118 down to 92.
Yep.
So they've really taken a hit. Anybody who was buying there, obviously those buyers are a bit different in that they probably aren't really panic selling. Some of them may be. I think I saw somebody took a loss. I don't remember what kind of loss it was.
Yeah, I saw a couple 20 ETH losses over the last day or so on Bored Apes. People that bought the top just a couple weeks ago. It's crazy how fast things move. We'll be at all-time highs and then a huge percentage down from that in just a span of days.
Yeah, and it's funny how we say it's a bear market and all this stuff, but it's those usually last longer than a week. If you're talking about even crypto market, any market that, when you say bear market, it's okay, we're in a 2-week period, but it definitely doesn't feel very great right now. Let's go into these crazy scammers though.
Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, that thing's insane.
Tweet? So I mean, they basically, and I had heard another rumor, but somehow they had the keys, the private wallet keys for $4.5 billion in Bitcoin, and yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, it just seems like these two individuals, especially the girl, are just really crazy, funny people that you would never suspect.
I agree, and so it was Bitfinex is the name of the company. It was a 2016 hack. I believe I read that at the time it was equivalent to 1.5 million dollars, and then with the exponential growth.
No, not that. No,
is that accurate?
no,
What was
it's
the
like
original value?
73 million or 70 million or something. And
Got
there was
it,
a
okay.
rumor that they paid 5%. The rumor is they paid the hacker 1.5 million for like the 70 some million of Bitcoin at the time. So basically
then
got a
they
huge
were
discount.
And they have to figure out how to clean it and
Yes,
get access to it.
which like, and obviously they've had it this long that it's like a crazy, if you were to call it like an investment, it's just unreal. But yeah, go ahead.
So crazy, man. And yeah, they got arrested yesterday and are looking at up to 20 years, I believe. The way they got caught is that they had the keys and like the private keys and everything on a cloud server with their own names on it, just like the lowest security type of hosting that you could even possibly imagine. So
yeah, and there was an interesting thread about how you would, a good way to actually get away with moving the Bitcoin. And there was an individual who is they're verified on Twitter, so they have some good credentials, and they work for the blockresearch.com. And he went through a few steps to do that. Basically using a VPN, always using burner emails and burner phones with two-factor. There's some service, I'm going to assume, called CoinJoin. And what you would do is send your BTC using that CoinJoin, and not a lot each day, so that it makes the transactions, I guess, anonymous. And then you would deposit it, that CoinJoined Bitcoin, onto an exchange like Coinbase, except not Coinbase, because you need an exchange like KuCoin where you can withdraw a certain amount of Bitcoin every day, where there's no KYC, meaning you don't have to submit like photo IDs or anything. And once you deposit it onto that exchange like KuCoin, you would then use a fiat off ramp where there's mixing and like, I guess then you could withdraw it to a bank. But pretty crazy. They definitely did the worst way possible from everything that I know.
Yeah, dude, and all the girls' videos are just absolutely
Hilarious.
insane.
They're hilarious when you know what's gone on.
Yeah, exactly. Right, when you know that they're holding the keys to almost 5 billion in Bitcoin. Yeah, 120,000 coins stolen. So, what the hell? Yeah, people are joking. They're saying now the U.S. government's the biggest holds more Bitcoin than any government in the world.
There was some other people saying, like, why not use privacy coins like Monero? And that's definitely another way. Actually, it may be even a better way than what this individual had said. I haven't looked a ton more into it, but it seemed like some people were commenting saying, forget about even trying to use like Bitcoin as the end currency to USDT. Get it into Monero in a different step, and that way you're in like a much more private form of currency before even going to US dollar.
Yeah.
So that was
Monero's really interesting. Yeah, everything's like highly obfuscated. I've bought and held it a few different times. I think it's really cool, and I think that like as everything does, as privacy weans, like those privacy coins become so much more valuable to people. So,
are you here, AD? AD's not here.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, AD is here. Let's talk Cool Pets, because you're watching that one closely, and obviously it's public minting right now, right? Or
yeah, I believe it's sold out.
Just ended. Yep.
Yeah.
It just ended.
They ended up
10 minutes ago.
Yeah, it went live at 12 Eastern, so
yeah.
I'd imagine it went pretty quick.
Okay.
They ended up releasing more supply because I guess some folks from the allow list didn't end up minting. Yeah. So the total available supply was 2,295.
Oh wow.
Obviously, I think there were some gas wars involved. I took an entry yesterday at 2.4. Last night at around like 10 p.m. Eastern, just because I'd been watching the price steadily creep up, and I figured it wasn't coming down, and I was right about that. I decided to exit earlier this morning around like 10:30 a.m. and sold for like 2.63, which I thought would be good, but then forgot about how much I would get killed on the fees and ended up making like 0.02, I mean. So literally like a wash trade essentially. Annoyed about that, honestly, but the project doesn't have enough volume, in my opinion. Like, it's an interesting project, of course, but I think when people understand that, you know, there is no reveal and it's something that you have to spend additional money and time doing to create your pet and give it the attributes that you want and hatch it. I think I read somewhere that it's required to hatch it, you need to have 25 interactions with it, whether that be like the various items in the game or what have you, but there needs to be like actual work involved for hatching the thing, which kind of made me a little bit less interested in it. To be honest, I think when people realize that there's work involved, you know, maybe they aren't really down for that. And just in comparison to the Cool Cat project, right? Like Cool Cats are at, I think, an 11 ETH floor right now. I don't really see pets going much higher than 3. I think they're more likely to go lower than higher. So not the greatest play. I was hoping for something better. If I had gotten a better entry, it would have been better. But
just
yeah.
to interject, Lionel in chat said, I don't think anyone has meant that Cool Pet's site is fried.
Oh, okay.
So,
well,
and I'm looking at OpenSea. It doesn't look like there's a full 20K items yet. So it looks like
somebody in our group minted for sure.
Yeah, I know. I saw that as well. So I guess the site might be down. So maybe there's still supply
yeah,
left.
maybe it is. There won't be that full 19,000 just because all Cool Cats haven't minted. Like the holders, they still have the chance for an indefinite amount of time just to mint if they haven't yet. But yeah,
Eden,
I don't know. I like the play, dude, if they were lower, but we bought in. You know, the buy-in we weren't able to get a good, really good buy-in, so our profit potential was kind of limited there.
I think if this project had launched early Q1 of this year, it would have done so much better as far as volume goes. And we were seeing Wolf Game peak, you know, with Generation 1 sheep selling for like 1.3. When all the hype was with Wolf Game and there was all that money coming in, and this whole idea with games, because how I understand it, like the theory behind how this is going to work is similar to all of these play to earns that we've been seeing pop up for months, obviously. And I think if we had seen this project launch as quickly as just like a month or two ago, it would have done much better.
Yeah, I agree. All the delays certainly didn't help it. Yeah, I don't know. Not too interested in it long term.
Yeah, I've kind of given up on it at this point. If they had rarities and all that stuff, I'd try to do something after we reveal. But yeah, that's not going to be the case here. I'll look to Karafuru to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's my next one for sure.
Which is actually just pumped from 3.55 to 3.7. I mean, it was 3.2 or 3.3 yesterday when we were looking at it, and now it's done kind of a move like Cool Pets. So I'm still, like I said yesterday, I'm still hoping that people are just skittish about buying pre-reveal, and so it's keeping this floor, I don't know, kind of sustained here. So I'm hoping the reveal is like really hyped, and there is something to say with like the connections they have and everything. But as with everything, it's all speculation.
I believe I saw the floor get as high as 3.9 yesterday.
Yeah, it was higher than this for sure yesterday.
And continued rumors, growing speculation about Murakami collabs or endorsements and stuff like that. Seeing more people talk about that. So yeah, really interesting. This is a project to watch, even with the market, you know, kind of going sideways and volume on a lot of projects trending in the wrong direction. I think that this one still has so much potential. And I'm going to be so curious to see what the floor does right in the reveal, right afterwards, I should say.
Yeah, I set aside about 3 ETH to play with. So that's basically the level I'm looking at. I hope maybe we see lower, but who's to say? Got to just kind of feel it out tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you miss it, there's always next week.
For sure. Yeah, reveal tomorrow, and those should be awesome.
Yeah.
One project that's held up pretty well, I would say, in these market conditions is Clonex. Vince, I know, is an investor, which is awesome. Vince, are you gonna buy one of the pods? one of those monolith pods by any chance to complement your clone?
No, I'm not. I don't know. I feel like I have enough invested in the project with the Clonex. A lot of people are in agreement with how, Nike is running the show with this. They own the company, so they have unlimited resources. So like, you want to talk about safe projects, Clonex, one of those. Another would be for me, and I've talked about this project I think since August when they had announced buying 12 books. Gary Vee had announced every 12 books you got a gift. Ended up being exactly what everybody thought it was, which was an NFT. I'm super bullish on this project. I think it's the safest way to double your money in NFTs. And so I'd posted the other day when these were 0.18 because it was the first time Gary had like shilled the project in a while. It made the floor go up to where we're at now, 0.23. We're under 9% listed now, 8.9. So I think this is like, if you want to look for something where you can double your Ethereum and do it with low risk, I think that it'd be book games.
For sure. Yeah, because have prices even really come down on book games through this market's cool off?
They did. Yeah, they did. They went down to point. They actually at one point you could get them for 0.17, and then they were 0.18 most of that time. And then once Gary did go on his Twitter and promote it, it flew up to 0.22, and now we're at 0.23 with the amount listed being lower than it had previously been. And I had said, like, if you miss this little pump, hopefully it cools off again prior to April, and you'll be able to enter before that time. But I mean, it's also possible we just see it slowly rise, and as we get closer and closer, then it really takes off. I'm hoping for a 0.4 to 0.5 floor with a few days or a week to go, and to sell personally a good amount into that hype because I like doing that. And then, I plan on holding even through the V2 because you'll burn these NFTs to create a V2 V-friend. But I plan on holding past that because the game goes on forever. And I think you'll be greatly rewarded by Gary. He never, recently, the past year or two, he has not been under delivering. He over delivers. So.
Cool.
When Aiden and I had taken an entry at 0.18, I remember Vince, it sat there for like probably 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, and then you sold.
And I was like, what does Vince have
And then
me
you
buying?
sold.
No, I didn't sell. I sold one on accident for 0.23, and I have another in my wallet. And I'm going to buy more. In fact, I'm putting 2 ETH into it
These
today.
guys were running for the hills, and they had it for like 72 hours. No, I'm giving them a hard time. But I'm really bullish on this project. Looks. You guys want to talk about the Looks? Do you guys know much about it? I'll talk about it because here's what happened. For like a couple weeks, everyone knew they were going to have the rewards. So people were starting to dump their position, obviously. And let's see what it went down to here. It got down to under three. And we've seen it pump back up to basically 4 here. I saw somebody, I think it was Crypto Cobain, talking about how like there's like no real volume and trading going on the site. So I'll never probably enter these Looks coin, the Looks crypto or anything, because I don't actually think that the platform's going to be around very long. There's people that really, I guess, do believe in it. I don't know. Have you guys seen any of that going around Twitter where like, I know it's a lot of wash trading, all that, but like even I just know the guys who have done crypto for so long just think that the people shilling it on Twitter, the big guys, it's because they literally got these at 15 cents. They bought in they were able to buy like the pre-sale or whatever at 15 cents. So of course they're pumping this shit.
Right, and I've actually gone on LooksRare, and you can just see, similar to OpenSea, like you can see all the trades that occur, like buy-sell trades that occur on their platform. And it's like one every few minutes of random stuff, man. Like the volume over there, no one's really seriously doing all of their trading over there. And I agree that a lot of the guys that, are big proponents and advocates of Looks on Twitter, they don't. I mean, they just have big bags of the coin, and that's it. They don't trade on there themselves. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting coin. If you bought these dips and were analyzing it closely, then I'm sure people made a lot of money getting in and out of it a few times. That being said, I don't have any long-term faith in the platform personally.
Yeah, I'm on the same page there.
We'll see Coinbase. I mean, if you want to talk about an OpenSea competitor, it's gonna be the big boys that dethrone OpenSea.
Agreed.
It's not gonna be LooksRare.
There was let's check this out really quick. I'm pretty sure that Coinbase NFT had said something about how you would get rewards from using their platform. Let's see if we can find it here.
And chat's also asking for us to talk about Goonies Gang, which mint today at 2 o'clock is the public mint.
Okay. Yeah, you can hit that if you want. I'm just looking at something.
So try to find the OpenSea here. Last I saw, the floor was 0.3, I want to say, which is good. Let's see here. Mint price is only 0.15. Here, let me try to find the OpenSea.
Okay. I see. So this thing says if you launch your collection, you'll earn more interest on Coinbase NFT. So I think it'd be for creators, not if you're just selling on their platform.
Okay, here's OpenSea. Current floor on Goonies Gang is 0.37. Mint price is going to be 0.15, so definitely a room for profit there. And yeah, that mints at 2 p.m. Eastern. So that I think it'll be good. I think it's worth going for 100%. I've seen a lot of people actually talking about these. And I did see the Cheddar altcoin pump last night. I did. It's kind of altcoin season right now, at least mildly speaking. And yeah, I did see some people making money on that.
I don't touch altcoins. It takes way too much time.
It's so consuming.
Gotta watch it all night.
Mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, these monoliths you were talking about, I had them pulled up because they went up to 5. Like I could see these going up more. They're doing a lot with this stuff right now. Because like maybe
important, like you put all your NFT. Like Vince, think about that, bro. Think about having a pod where you can literally display like your mutants in like glass cases and like super sick, just however you want to do it. You know what I mean? And it's not some janky 90s pixel animation like these other 3D worlds. This is like, I think they're sick.
The play was probably to buy these instead of the Clonex because like they just did like a lot with that, so maybe they do a lot with this.
I thought the Clonex would see a sharper dip after they got that airdrop, just because I thought people would sell the airdrop and then sell the Clonex, figuring they could buy back in if the floor goes lower. But that really hasn't happened. I think Clonex touched 16, maybe 18 was the high, and now it's like, what, 14? So really not much of a correction at all. And if you look, the floor is quite thin. So I personally am not a fan of the Clonex art, but I can't deny the fact that it's a real, it's a real contender for a top future NFT. So yep. I like it. I mean, I like it as an investment.
For sure. You're a mental investor, as some would say.
Yeah, I think holding that would be wise. It's one of the few
I like it better than Doodles right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
For sure. I think Doodles, like, they have the space thing coming out. Kind of interesting. Not really, though, because it doesn't give you a new NFT. It just gives you a mutation of your current one. You can switch back and forth. I don't know if it might cost you gas, but there's like no penalty or anything of actually just switching back and forth. So yeah, I mean, if we're talking about like potential, partnerships and excitement for a project's future, I think Clonex has way more going for it.
Yeah, we saw $1 million sale for
last night
for an artifact. Let me pull it up here.
It was one of the clones, a really, really sick one. I think it was the highest sale.
Oh, they don't even have it on their Twitter. But yeah, there was $1 million sale, really big.
Eden, what are you more bullish on long term? Real question: Clonex or Azuki?
Well, I think at the moment I'd probably say Clonex, just because I don't really know what the future holds for Azuki. Obviously, we saw this crazy run up, but they don't have a Nike partnership. They don't have as much interest, from folks in Asia. Or folks, fans of Takashi Murakami. Like, there's a lot of factors that go into why Clonex is successful, and I don't think Azuki has those things going for it right now. that's not to say that they couldn't, but right now, long term, I think Clonex. And
Gotcha.
it pains me to say that because I don't have any Clonex.
Yeah, it actually pains me to hear that Clonex is a good project.
I love
even
them.
though
I think they're
one.
dope. Update from Cool Pets. Quote, although we planned for this, we're experiencing a bot attack that is impacting the transition to opening public mint. Stay tuned. We'll let you know updates the minute we have them.
Oh, all right. Well, further delays from them, so more confirmation bias that this might not be the good project.
Carlos said Major Goonies FUD was discussed in Genesis Discord. Well, definitely, I want to look into that. I got to put together just a quick post on the Goonies as well. So I'm definitely going to be digging into just what people are feeling about them right now. But I think the floor price indicates that there is profit to be had.
Yeah, Carlos, I see what you're talking about in Genesis. People saying be careful. Obviously, there's FUD in the Goonies thing as well. We'll see. I don't know if there is profit. I mean, if there's room to profit off of mint, definitely go for it. Especially with Genesis. I mean, may as well try running it if you're not going to lose crazy gas.
Yes, sir. Azuki, chat's asking if there's any utility, notable like roadmap utility. I don't know if you
Yeah, so not in the short term. The next big thing for them would be the merch drop that they're working on, and also the fractionalization of the Bobu NFT, which is like one of the characters in their lore, I guess you could say. So they minted this guy Bobu. He's a bean farmer, I guess, and they're fractionalizing ownership of him, and that'll be launching soon. They just actually tweeted about it this morning. So that could be kind of cool. We've seen some fractionalized NFTs before. It'll be interesting to see what the division looks like there, and what the distribution for pricing looks like as well. If we were looking at current floor, right, like it could be as cheap as like 0.1 to get access to him, and then like if the floor moves up, right, then your 0.1 investment might be worth 0.2 or 0.3. So it gives someone who otherwise would be priced out a more accessible way to have exposure to the project, which is kind of cool. But in terms of long-term utility for the actual Azuki NFT, no word on that just yet. But when we know, it should be cool.
Cool.
Yes, sir. Love it.
I don't have any other stuff to touch on for the day. You guys?
No. I think we hit the big ones.
Cool.
I think we're good. No, yeah, not many soul drops today that we're looking at.
Yeah, really nothing. Very dry for Solana.
Yep.
Yeah, right now, for sure. Too many people got burned, so. Anyways, we will be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yep, thanks as always.